share, subscribe.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy HWK Jockey, and I'm back at it again with the white van. Okay, my bad. I'm back at it again with another Maximize Your Potential video. And today, obviously, we are looking at the Incredible Hulk. Now, disclaimer, bro, before people start talking in the comments about how I'm not going through the controller settings and this is not what they thought. No, for this video, all I focus on, no, not practice settings, I'm sorry. All I focus on, I might touch a little bit on crosshairs, but that don't really, you know what I'm saying? Maybe every hero has their own personal settings, or some heroes have their own, personal things that could apply. Like right here with Hulk, you can either hold to activate his jump, or you can tap to activate it. I'm playing with that right now, but mainly this video focuses on button presses, okay? It's about optimizing and maximizing your finger movements, all right, when it comes to each character. Okay, that's what this series is about. So I don't want you to be confused going into it. A lot of times these characters have, for me, awkward controls. So pretty much every single character, I go in there and I change their controls to something that I feel like makes more sense. And that's what this series focuses on. So just a little disclaimer for everybody that's about to watch this video. I appreciate you. Thanks for subscribing. Now let's get into it. Now Hulk does have a very limited moveset, but his kit is super effective if you know how to use them. I've seen, the difference between a good Hulk and a Hulk that is just getting on Hulk and playing for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So there is definitely a skill gap. Even though he only has, 4 moves, it's about how well you use those 4 moves. So popping it off with his indestructible guard, I have that as clicking the left stick. For me personally, that just makes a lot of sense to me. Like if I am reacting to an ult or I'm trying to protect my teammates from something really fast, then I feel like just clicking the left stick makes the most sense for me. It's the best way for me to just react very quickly, and I don't have to move my fingers. I'm fighting or whatever. I could just click the left stick, boom, and I'm protected. No ults can hit me. Jeff can't swallow me and take me off the map. Ayo. But you know what I'm trying to say, bro. So that's why I have it as the left stick. For me, a lot of left stick presses are just very comfortable and very quick to get into. In this game, I feel like quickness is key. Like you want to know what you're doing. Of course, you don't want to accidentally press buttons, but if you know what you're trying to get to, that split second of you moving your finger off L2 to L1 might be the difference between you dying and your team dying and your team staying alive. So that's why I have his guard as clicking the left stick. Radioactive lockdown, I have that as R1. I'm not exactly sure if that was an original key or if I changed that, but it just makes the most sense. I mean, there are other buttons that I could use that as, but personally, I don't really like to move my fingers around a lot when I'm playing. I kind of like to keep my hands set. So if I'm not punching, then I'm throwing that stun. And I'm not gonna lie, 99% of the time, I'm missing that stun anyway. So it doesn't really matter what button is on. I don't really play Hulk that much, but I am about to start learning him because he's a demon, bro. So I'm finna get into that. But yeah, clicking R1, it feels really natural. So if I was you, I'd give that a shot. Super easy, super simple. So now for his incredible leap, I have that as L2. I'm pretty sure that was the original control, but L2 to me just makes sense. Like I said, I'm kind of playing around. I just discovered that you could do tap or hold, so I'd have to see in like a real game situation. But what I am gonna start doing, just a tech that I'm pretty sure people already do this, so I'm not trying to act like I'm revolutionizing damn, I got a brain. What? How do you? I'm not revolutionizing the way people play Hulk. I don't know why I feel like I'm saying that word wrong, but sometimes I just get stupid. Bear with me. But pretty much, I already told myself whenever I'm in a fight, I'm just gonna go ahead and charge his incredible leap all the way up, so I can just hop around the map as much as I want to. So right now, I mean, I feel like if I'm gonna do that often, it makes more sense to just do the tap. You know what I mean? Rather than trying to hold and do that all the time. But it just depends. Like you have to get into a real game scenario. Maybe it messes with your brain. Maybe, it's better for you to hold it. And earlier I was holding it and it really wasn't that big of a deal. I feel like tapping it might be a little bit simpler, but that's just a personal preference thing. It just depends on what you like to do. So play around with it in real action situations or just practice versus the AI. And you'll figure out what you like. But as far as the button press, it's just L2, and that's how it's gonna stay. And last but not least, we have his Gamma Burst. Now his Gamma Burst is just his clap. So like I said, pretty self-explanatory. I'm almost positive I changed the Gamma Burst to a clap. And I'm not gonna lie, I like using, pretty much on every character, I'm gonna utilize the left stick and the right stick because I'm trying to think about PC players who, you know, a lot of times are the best players, and that's not because they're necessarily so much better at video games than console players. It's just because the way the keys are set up, a lot of times they can access certain button presses a lot faster, and they can definitely aim way easier with a mouse than we can with controllers. So a lot of times I try to think about, okay, what makes things easier for me? And for me personally, I don't know, just clicking the right stick and aiming for something, like it's super simple, bro. Like I'm just aiming, I'm not thinking too hard, and wherever I aim, it's pretty much where I click. The only thing, maybe if like your brain doesn't work in a way where you can aim, like maybe if you're aiming and you overshoot like that, so maybe you want to change it to the left stick, so you aim and you click with the left stick, so you're very precise. But it just depends. But pretty much I have the right stick clicking almost every single character. The right stick and the left stick are going to be utilized more than likely, you know, so that's why I have my right stick. It's super simple, super easy. And even when you get into like his ultimate, well, that's R1, but like I said, with that, you don't really use that much. You're honestly just using these two buttons most of the time, and then at last second, if you want to grab somebody, then you grab them, boom. But honestly, at least what I've seen with Hulk, what you want to do 9 times out of 10 is just keep clapping. You just want to keep clapping and clapping and clapping, because that move refreshes like every 2 seconds, and as you see, it takes away like half of their health bar, which is 2 claps and they're dead, you know what I'm saying? And his ultimate, I think, takes away like 200 health or something like that. So, you know, do with that information as you will, but that is my Gamma Burst. I'm not gonna go into regular Bruce Banner because who cares about him? And then, like I said, I showed you guys earlier, the radioactive Hulk, the Monster Hulk, has the same exact thing as, you know, it's only 2 buttons, R1, L1, and L2. That's what I have it for. So that is it for Hulk. Pretty simple, like I said, pretty simple character to, as far as like learning his moves, but learning how and when to use them, how to string them, that's the hard part, and that's why he's 4 stars. And that's why he's 4 stars. He's not the easiest person to learn. There's definitely other characters that are easier to learn, in my opinion, but very effective, very useful. And if you take the time to learn Hulk, I guarantee you will not regret it, because I have never been mad at somebody picking the Hulk in my lobby. That's not a throw pick. I love Hulk. He's a really good character. He's very useful. He can save your team in a lot of situations. He can stun. He's super strong. He's super annoying. He's a nuisance. You can get him really low, and then he gamma, and then he gets out of there, boom, real quick, jumps, gets healed, blah, 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 boom, and he's right back to the fight. I aimed that jump very terribly, but it's all good because that's infinite. Boom, right back there, clap, and I'm right back to it. You know what I'm saying? So take the time out your day to learn Hulk. Honestly, I'm about to start. And I would never tell you to do something that I'm not willing to do. But that's it for this video. It's your boy HWK Jockey. Boy, get the hell off of me. What's wrong with you? You see I'm trying to record? It's your boy HWK Jockey, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Remember the LCSS and FCA, that's focus, conquer, and accomplish. Yeah, I was waiting for you, boy. I'm out. Peace. Hulk smash, boom.